8:35 here at Big 550 KTRS. Kat Neville from feastmagazine.com joins us. Also, Feast Magazine. We'll check over that in a second. Right now, though, it's all sponsored by Jimmy's on the Park, 761 Avenue in Clayton. Call them at 725-8585 or their website, jimmyscafe.com. Every Sunday and Monday, Jimmy's features a 3-course menu for $25 in addition to their full menu from 4 to 9. Good morning, Kat Neville.
Good morning. Is this real?
Do you? No, the replica 2004 Cardinal ring is not.
It's very sparkly and big.
It is sparkly. Would you wear that though on a Saturday night? Yeah, no, you're not.
It's not my style.
You're not a sparkly type of girl.
Hey,
you're sparkly, but just you're not a bling girl. I guess.
No, I'm not a bling girl.
Okay. See, I would wear that easily.
No, you would not. You would not wear it. I'm allergic to rings, so I can't. I'm breaking out in hives just with the ring being in the studio. All right, Kat Neville, feastmagazine.com.
Correct. We switched over our URL. We were Feast. You can still get to us if you type in feaststl.com, but in anticipation of the kind of regional footprint, which debuts in October, we have switched over to feastmagazine.com.
So I need to change my homepage to feastmagazine.com.
Yes, but if you still have it bookmarked, it all still works.
Right, gotcha. Okay, good. Let's get to a couple restaurants here.
Well, I have a restaurant, which I'm really focusing on the bar, and then I have something that produces the food for area chefs and folks. So I'll start out, actually, the July issue of Feast has debuted, and we're focused in on veggies this month. It's the height of the growing season, and one of the features that we ran covered Earth Dance Farms. Have you heard of Earth Dance Farms before?
I have not heard of Earth Dance Farms.
They've been in operation, I believe, since 2008. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. And they're in Ferguson at 233 South Dade, and they're a nonprofit farm school. So Molly Rockaman has traveled the world, has a really interesting background, which you can read the full history in Feast Magazine this month. But what she has created is truly a farm school. So what she does is she has apprentices come to this nonprofit organic farm, and she purchased the Mueller Organic Farm, which was 3-4 generations old, and it is the oldest organic farm west of the Mississippi. So it's been an organic farm throughout its history. So she teaches people how to operate small farms from soil preparation all the way through seeding, weeding, harvest. She teaches people how to manage CSAs. She teaches them marketing. So if you want to become a farmer, which is something that people are very interested in right now, this is something that she, through this nonprofit organization, is teaching people how to do from start to finish. It's very, very cool. They operate, a full farm. I think that she said 17 million pounds of veggies were harvested last year. And, they have hoop houses, and they have a lot of really innovative partnerships. It's
and this happened in Ferguson. You would think it'd be happening in more of a rural area.
Yeah, no, it's right there in Ferguson. In fact, it's so close to the airport that airplanes are constantly flying over.
Right. Now, is it all organic farming?
Yes.
Or it's all organic farming? Yeah. And organic farming means no pesticides, no herbicides,
organic is a very specific term. A lot of people practice sustainable farming and may be technically organic but don't necessarily have a certification. There's a lot of regulation to be able to use that specific term. They have, so yes, it's organic farming.
So the tomatoes I'm growing in my backyard aren't necessarily organic.
It depends on what kind of soil you're using. If you put pesticides on them, that kind of stuff, then no.
I do sort of load it up with chemicals. That's the best part.
Then I don't think it's organic.
I don't know about that, girl.
All right, fair enough.
Do they have any? I do notice they have some programs.
They do, and they also this year they are doing gardening apprentices. So if you don't necessarily want to be a farmer, but for example, if you are a teacher and you want to learn how to put raised beds for your school, or if you even just want to do great gardening in your backyard, she allows that. But she does have fun stuff to get people onto the farm, like weed dating. As opposed to speed dating.
I think it's a great idea.
It's really cool. So you get into the farm, and then what she does is she has people get on opposite sides of the farm rows. And so as opposed to being at a table in a restaurant and kind of doing this, we're trying to get to know each other for 5 seconds, whatever. So she gets people on the farm, and they start weeding together, and it's just this really fun. She has a lot of really fun and creative ways to introduce people to what she's doing and create a sense of community.
That's great.
Neat. And if you go to the Ferguson Farmers Market, you can purchase their produce and meet the folks from the farm.
So Earth Dance Farms.
Correct.
In Ferguson.
Ferg. My friend Lisa, who lives there, she's like Ferg, and she raises
Go Ferg.
We live in Ferg.
All right. Earth Dance Farms in Ferg, 233 Dade.
Yes.
And I'm sure the websites out there are pretty easy to find, all that stuff.
Yep.
Okay, good. What's number 2?
Number 2, one of my favorite restaurants in town is Cafe Natasha. I have unabashedly said that for years. I love their food. I love the family that runs the restaurant. It's been around for over 30 years now. And their daughter, Natasha, she has grown up in the restaurant. She went away, and now she's back.
Of course, because they always come back.
Yes, they always come back. And what she's done is she has introduced Natasha's Gin Room in Cafe Natasha. The address is 3200 South Grand Boulevard. And I personally am a fan of gin, but, you know, people are so in love with bourbon right now and all this kind of stuff.
Doesn't gin make you crazy?
It gives me a headache.
So many things make you crazy.
That's true, too.
Oh.
That's a loaded answer.
I wonder why it gives me a headache. Maybe because I have drink too much of it.
Maybe. Yeah, that could be part of it.
Gin gives me a headache. Well, okay. Yeah,
Too
don't
much of
drink
anything.
the whole bottle.
Yeah, right. Too much of anything is never a good thing. But she has 63 gins on the menu.
Mercy.
And she breaks the menu up into like characteristics like floral. She has aged gins, this kind of stuff. And then she has a lot of different specialty cocktails. And it's not just gin. If you want to have a Manhattan, she can make you a really mean Manhattan too. But this focus on gin, I think, is really exciting because gin to me is very interesting. It takes the base spirit, and then all the different botanicals are infused. Obviously, juniper is the most forward botanical, but you can have so many different flavors that have been distilled into the spirit. And so what she does is she creates house-made tonics, and then she also creates house-made like bitters and things like that. But some of the tonics so gin and tonic, some of the tonics that she's making, hibiscus. She has one called the Cobbler, which is turmeric root, apricot, ginger, cardamom, and cinnamon. She has one called the Spring, which is lemongrass and orange blossom. I mean, she really does some interesting stuff there that you just can't get anywhere else.
And this is in like the back room or the side room?
It's actually at the bar.
Okay.
So they call it the gin room, but it's incorporated into Cafe Natasha. So if you're sitting in their gorgeous patio outside, you can definitely order one of Natasha's cocktails.
What do you like about Cafe Natasha? Give a little plug for them.
Okay, so the food, I used to live in Turkey when I was a kid,
Right.
and I find Persian food, this type of food, it's my comfort food.
I was just there last week.
Oh, I love
Last
it.
Tuesday.
I mean, their baba ganoush,
You were in Turkey last week?
Yeah, I was in Turkey. No,
Cafe
at Cafe Natasha.
Oh, okay. All right.
Their crispy rice crust that they have. So when you cook basmati rice, when you cook it properly, there's a crust that forms on the bottom. So there's all this butter and this kind of brown whatever, and they serve it with this green sauce. It's outstanding. Their beef kebab, I don't know how they marinate it, but it is the most wonderful thing ever. And they cook it over an open flame in the kitchen, and they serve it. I get it with half rice, half salad. And the rice, I want to have the lentil and raisin rice. And I want my feta cheese on the salad. Like, this is what I personally
So you know what you like.
Yeah.
Boy,
I got to tell you, their
What I
hummus.
personally want. Oh, it's the best.
It is.
It's the best.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And it's 3200 South Grand. How far down on Grand is it?
Not that far. I mean,
No, how far south? I mean, is it past
He
Graboy?
does. It's Wyoming is the
Wyoming.
cross.
So it's right there in the
It's
heart
right
of
like in
South
the middle
Grand.
of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He does
cool.
this to me all the time.
I know,
so
I'm
what
horrible.
exactly, where are you? Is it north or south or east or
I don't
west?
know
I'm
north
like,
side.
I
Trying
don't
to
know.
help the listener paint a picture. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm horrible with directions.
Me too.
Well, it doesn't work
Thank
when you're on the
goodness
radio.
for Google
I know.
Maps. I was like, just Google Map it. You'll figure it out.
You people. You're like my sisters, man. You're all crazy. Drinking
Too much gin.
It feels like I've been drinking gin all day. All right. Cafe Natasha, 3200
Yes.
South Grand for baba ganoush or for gin or for anything else.
Yes.
And then Earth Dance Farms, 233 Dade.
Correct.
All right. We mentioned that feastmagazine.com is the new web page,
Yes.
the new web address.
Yes.
What else is going on with the expansion?
Well, I just got back. I went to Kansas City over the past few days. And, so we really are going to be covering the entire region, but we're going to have an editorial outpost in Kansas City. So I'm working on lining up our managing editor out there and, talking to all these writers. This is like open arms. People are thrilled about what we're doing. And it's, I ran into Joel Clark over at the Purple Martin.
Joel Clark.
Yeah, he's the mixologist at the Purple Martin in Fox Park. He's a terrific guy. And I walked in and he was like, I cannot believe how cool this is. He's like the exposure for what is happening here in St. Louis across the region and being able to learn what other people are doing. So it's like all these good vibes and I love it. So yeah, I mean, the website itself, as we get closer to the launch, will be changing because we're obviously it's going to look and feel the same, but we're going to be adding more content pieces as we get like closer to this expansion. So lots of cool stuff is in the works. I mean, we're going up to between 96, 112 pages. So we're working on the redesign, all this kind of stuff.
And still the TV.
She's a player. She's a player. Radio,
baller.
TV, newspaper. She's Feastcom.
She is.
It's Feastcom. I mean, it's the
Really
whole
impressive.
it's the whole wide world of Feast. It's fantastic. Kat Neville, feastmagazine.com. Have yourself a good 4th of July.
Thank you very much.
All right, 8:46 here, Big 5.